Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to Jagged Alliance 2. We're picking up basically right after the fight we just had in the southernmost sector of Drassen. I've done a little bit of kind of sorting with the squad. Ammo concerns are becoming something to keep an eye on. Since I've got the gunslinger trait on Coyote here, I've gone ahead and switched him out for a pair of 9mm pistols instead of the submachine gun, which gives me the ability to give the submachine gun to Grizzly, who was otherwise on his last round of a Desert Eagle. And then, what else have we done? So Bull's got 5 shots left in a 12 gauge with buckshot, and those 5 rounds are going to be fairly devastating. And then basically a backup pistol for once that runs out. Another 12 shots from a Colt Anaconda should be able to get him through any fights we start. A little bit of additional ammo for Fox, and unfortunately for right now at least, Ira is still just packing her 38 special. I've also gone ahead and assigned Fox to be a doctor and Ira to be a patient. We're going to leave them on that for right now, just so that Ira gets the attention first, and then she can switch to providing some medical aid as soon as she's all patched up. With that kind of sorted out, we're going to go and drop into the tactical map, where I'm just going to be visiting some of the residents that we need to check out here in Drassen. It is still basically the middle of the night, about 10 till 5, but luckily this mining commission building is going to have someone who is kind of always available for us, and so we're going to want to check him out right away. And this is going to be very important, and one of the people you definitely don't want to miss out on in this sector. So, oh, don't you walk away from me and then become invisible because you're just outside of my vision. Okay, well, go ahead and talk to him.
Fred Morris, head miner here. Pleasure to meet you.
Alright, so this is Fred Morris. He's running the mine in Drassen. We can go ahead and be friendly towards him.
I was hoping I'd get to meet you. I knew when I did that me and my men would be finally liberated from the clutches of that slave-driving dictator. The Queen's in a class by herself when it comes to cruelty. To show my appreciation, I'm prepared to continue mining and turn the proceeds over to you. I'll gather the men I can, and the ore we dig is yours. You have to understand, though, a lot of the men are scared. Scared the Queen will return to punish them. I won't be able to convince all of them. That will be up to you. They need to know you're for real. That you're here to stay. If Deidranna does take back this town, the people will work for her like nothing happened. It's what they know. It's how they stay alive. You mustn't hold it against any one of us. I'm sure you'll find the same attitude amongst the other mine foremen and their workers. Heck, this whole country is hopeful. But we will remain cautious, out of fear.
Alright, and basically what we've been given there is an in-universe explanation for the mechanic of the mines and income in the game. Basically, as long as we can hold the mine sectors, they will divert any of their income towards us. But if Deidranna does take the sector back, we lose it, and she regains that sector.
You meet all kinds. Some of them actually turn out to be worth meeting.
Yeah, and Fred Morris is a pretty nice guy. We pop back into the map screen, we're now going to see that our daily income is no longer 0. We're at 768 a day. The mine's going to ramp up production right at first, so it's not going to give you everything just for capturing it. Over the next couple of days, that will increase. I believe it is mostly based on just the loyalty of the town. We're at 37% loyal, as we've got basically a third of the sectors under our control, and people are just generally more loyal to us than they are to her, so they're want to switch sides right away. Now, we've come here to talk to Father Walker. That's our objective here in Drassen, but considering it is 5 o'clock in the morning, he is not really going to be awake just yet. He'll be in one of two places, either inside the church during most of the day, and then once it gets closer to the evening, there's a bar elsewhere in another sector, and you can find him there. But at 10 till 5, he's asleep inside a locked room back here that we're not going to be able to get to. So what I'm going to do is just give our guys some assignments here. Now, we did just take over this sector, and there's nothing to stop Deidranna from coming to take it back. And so I'm going to go ahead and pump a little bit of this newfound daily income into training some town militia. It costs 750 for the expenditure. I'm going to approve that. And then I'm also going to put Coyote on the same assignment. Now, I don't have the greatest leadership from these guys, but it'll be enough to get us a couple of helpful NPC militia guys, just in case we do get counterattacked. And then I'm basically at this point, I've kind of been thinking how to handle these the town sectors as they get liberated. What I think I'm going to do is just sort of splice together the important parts that are going to happen over the next day or so as we're able to talk to people and explore the town. So I'll just come back in basically when anything relevant occurs. And a little after 10 a.m., we're now, with Ira being all patched up, we're going to go and talk to this gentleman who is now up and alert inside the church.
I am Father John Walker. You may call me Father John.
Now, if you speak to him with anybody except Ira, he'll ask to speak to Ira. Like, he'll say something to the effect of, "Too bad you don't have that Ira girl with you."
I haven't seen you around, Ira. I was worried perhaps something had happened to you. You're looking well, as always.
Yeah, that wasn't creepy at all. As long as you do have Ira, he gives you some, personalized dialogue, basically.
Miguel Cordona needs my assistance? Well, I think I can put together some food and supplies. Fuel, as Miguel is probably well aware, remains next to impossible to acquire. The rest will take time. I do have some things hidden away, but I'll need to call upon the generosity of the faithful. Moving too quickly will only bring us all unnecessary attention. I'll get word to Miguel when everything is in order.
I do what I can.
Mum would have been proud.
Hard work and clean living pays off.
It pays to pay attention.
And more importantly is that when you talk to him with Ira, he's able to get the supplies gathered up faster. Basically, he does a better job of acquiescing to Miguel's request.
Gotcha.
You also saw everybody had the little, we gained 1 level of experience thing. All the people in the sector for us completing that quest got a little bit of XP, and they all leveled up for it, which is lovely. Now that we've done that, again, I'll just go ahead and cut out until something cooler happens. Ooh, fancy.
Got it. Got it.
And that is going to be it for lootable objects in the town. We do, however, have a gentleman here to talk to that is going to be the first of some kind of recurring characters.
Welcome to my establishment. I am one of the DeSantos bartending brothers. We are famous Arulco-wide for our drinks.
Famous, he says.
The Santos are also known for our amazing similarities. There are 5 of us. We are identical quintuplets. It is funny. We sound same, speak same things, and we are all bartenders in Arulco.
In other words, we are hanging a lampshade on the fact that all of the bartenders across the cities in Arulco will be exactly the same guy. They'll have different names, but they'll talk the same, speak the same, etc., etc. We can buy from him. We basically found our first vendor here.
Only #1 brand names.
Now, he's selling apple pies now. Crazy. I have not played since the food and drink were implemented in the game. We're not playing with that system turned on, though. So I'm not entirely sure. Wow, he sells like a lot more stuff than he used to. The basic reason to come to him in the past was he would sell beer and wine, and the harder spirits with a little bit of ingenuity can be turned into Molotov cocktails, those bottles of alcohol there. I'm going to go ahead and just buy one. So this is the way this would work. You would click on something, it would show up down here, click to make the transaction. Yay! We can also sell him stuff, but we don't have any of the stuff he would be interested in wanting to buy.
You need another. You let me know. I make it perfect for you.
We can also get ourselves drunk. I believe it has like a positive effect on morale temporarily, but just trounces all over our combat skills. So not exactly something that I'm interested in doing. Drinking on duty, probably not the greatest way for us to win this war. So we will shy away from that. Also, it is the next day now, which means I've taken basically enough time to train the militia up just a little bit. And if I click there, we now have 4 NPC militiamen in town with us to help us out. I'll probably be continuing that for a little while. And our blinking laptop tells us that we've got some new emails. We pop in here. We've got 2 things. Awesome. So first of all, Enrico, great news. He was happy to hear that Miguel Cordona is alive and that we have made contact with him. Please tell him that I have never forgotten what he did for me and that I would have returned sooner had I the money or the means to do so. Thank you for keeping me abreast of the operation. Yours truly, Enrico Chivaldore. And Spec, a new recruiting alternative. This is not spam. Excuse me, I have received your name from a friend of a friend. I am Spec T. Klein, co-proprietor of a new mercenary recruitment center, M.E.R.C, the more economic recruiting center, that I think you'll find very interesting. As an ex-member of AIM and extremely familiar with their operations, I am confident that we can offer services on par with theirs. In fact, I know that we can outperform AIM in almost every aspect. For more information, please visit our site at www.m.e.r.c.com. Spec T. Klein. All right, and that is going to give us a new web link, which we're going to go ahead and check out here.
Hello? Hello? Is this operational? Hello? Wait. Now, which was it? Bear with me. Line out. Okay? Hello?
Oh, God.
There we go. Please accept my apologies for that. We're just getting the equipment installed here, and I am trying, at present, to work out some of its finer points. You didn't have any trouble finding us, did you? We are a relatively new organization, and for all intents and purposes, you are our first customer. I must say that this is highly exhilarating. I am aware that you may have heard certain things about us, but I encourage you to put them aside. After all, my partner, Biff Abscott, and I are both former AIM members, and highly decorated mercenaries ourselves. M.E.R.C is our first attempt to open up the market by offering comparable quality, better service, and unique candidates for recruitment. You will undoubtedly be interested to know why you should choose M.E.R.C over AIM. I have prepared, there it is, a list. First, no money is required up front, unlike certain other organizations. You pay only when you receive the invoice. Secondly, I am confident that you will appreciate our prices. Lastly, we offer a good range of individuals, and as business improves, I plan to expand my venture, offering more and more mercenaries for your perusal. I will also be updating our webpage. In passing, it was prepared rather quickly, and Biff is not as skilled with a mouse as he is with a gun. In any case, don't let it deter you. We are a new organization committed to serving your needs. So perhaps I could interest you in opening up an account? Biff has, I believe, incorporated that feature.
I basically had a terrible flashback to some IT experiences there. But this is M.E.R.C. They basically offer...
Just a side note, but
God.
I used to work with Carp Melfield. He used to carry our stuff around for us. Well, that's perhaps not entirely fair. He used to fetch water, too.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Spec. So basically, these are some returning characters from Jagged Alliance 1 that were kind of terrible in that game.
Take your time. You won't find any
Yeah, you won't find any high-pressure sales strategies here, except you keep interrupting me. So we'll come back to Spec in just a second. Basically, M.E.R.C provides, from a gameplay standpoint, the cheaper alternative to AIM, and also characters that you don't have to pay for up front. Which means that if you find yourself in a situation where your balance is extremely low this early in the game, and maybe some people died in the first missions or something like that, you can go to M.E.R.C and get kind of a second wave of reinforcements that you don't need to pay for right away. However, they're not terrible in their own account, and so we're going to go ahead and recruit some of these guys to become our B squad. First, by opening an account. I have no account. I would like to open an account.
On behalf of M.E.R.C, thank you for opening an account with us. This is rather important to us, actually, and we ask that you continue to support us as we strive to improve our service and selection.
And although they start with sort of the second string guys, putting money into them does allow them to recruit better and better mercenaries. So basically, oh man, they have 15 now? That has changed dramatically since the last time I played. So basically everybody after this point, these first 6, I'm pretty unfamiliar with. So there's going to be 9 other guys now. You'll probably notice that their like marksmanship ratings and things like that aren't very good. But these guys can do something for you. Since I am familiar with the first group, I'm going to go ahead and hire the first 6 guys here. And like I said, they're going to go ahead and become sort of a B squad for us. And he'll arrive.
May I suggest something? Biff and Larry work superbly together.
All right. Thanks for the tip. However, we're just going to go through here. I want all of these first guys. And they're going to be a rather interesting crew. But yeah, thanks. Biff and Flo are kind of terrible, but they can make like a pretty decent training duo to get militia up and running. Gumpy here has an incredibly high wisdom, which means that like late game he can become just amazing. His explosives isn't bad. Marksmanship is kind of terrible. That kind of thing. Each of them sort of has at least some kind of redeeming quality. I actually tend to like Razor. I think he turns into a pretty decent merc once his marksmanship gets up. His wisdom's kind of slow, but his physical attributes mean he generally has tons of action points every round. Gasket makes an excellent early game mechanic for repairing your equipment and keeping everybody in tip-top fighting shape. And Haywire is just Haywire. So he's working on improving his people skills, but we love him for what he is. These guys are all going to show up in the drop zone, which is going to be back in Omerta since it's safe there. If we click on this, we can see this is the safe airspace, and right now it's only right here. So we'll have to clear that up a little bit later. But for right now, that's going to give us like some other guys in transit ready to fill out the rest of our roster here. We're probably going to take a couple of days, let them arrive, maybe train a round or 2 of militia, and then we're going to start moving north through Drassen. I think what I intend to do is pick up next episode with that fight, like our next sector of Drassen being the next objective, and then we'll probably do another episode mostly like this one with just a little bit of house cleaning type stuff to do, and then after that we'll have another action-packed episode, and we'll kind of bounce back and forth between those two as it becomes appropriate. For right now, these guys are all just going to be training some militia. Everybody that needs to is going to be practicing. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably need to get, both Bull and myself, Coyote here, could stand to get a little bit of medical treatment. Not from Grizzly, but from Fox. We prefer her bedside manner a lot better. We'll probably get them patched up a little bit, and then we'll get them on militia training duty. Anybody who's not doing anything, I generally recommend in the early game just practicing something. Marksmanship's always a good candidate. For Ira, I'm having her focus on her leadership trait right now so that we could get it up to 20, which will give her the ability to train militia, which she's very good at. And then that way everybody has something to be doing at any given time. During downtime, you just always want to be progressing the game somehow. So that's what our plan is for right now. I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this episode up, and I'll come back to you guys for the next episode with probably us attacking Sector C13 here and continuing our march on Drassen. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's a little bit slower pace. If you did, feel free to subscribe to see more videos every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.